What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Cam ATL, aka your favorite DFS YouTuber's favorite DFS YouTuber. Like the video down below because I already know you're gonna absolutely love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, man. Thank you everybody for joining me today. Now let's take a moment of silence for Lackey. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, but Lackey, whatever. Lackey. You guys know who I'm talking about. The dude was garbage last night. Last minute, I decided, you know what? I have the money. Why not just spend up, go the safe route, go the stud, and go ahead and put Lackey in my lineups. Lackey single-handedly kept me out of the money last night because if it wasn't for Lackey, I would have hit about 130, 135, something around there. But you know what? I'm not going to blame Lackey because I realize what my problem is the last couple games. And honestly, if you look back to when NBA wasn't going and we just had MLB while the playoffs were coming up. Throughout that break, I went and looked at it. Throughout that break where all I was focusing on was MLB, I made over $500. I profited over $500 in the few days that I played without stressing and worrying about NBA lineups and all that stuff. So here's what I'm going to do, man. I only want the best for my subscribers, my lineup subscribers, all that stuff, you know. So what I'm going to do is I am no longer going to do NBA because for one, NBA lineups, for the NBA lineup subscriptions, you only got 2 and 3 game slates, which is weak anyway. So if you want to play that, just throw one together. Everybody who has a lineup subscription from me, if you got both NBA and MLB, we'll just add the days from NBA onto your MLB, and you'll just get those extra days for MLB. I'm ready to take MLB over. My main focus is MLB right now. I will still be doing the high fives every day throughout the playoffs to help you guys out. But when it comes to lineup subscriptions, I am going to focus solely on MLB because when I did that, I profited over $500 in 2 days, okay? You got to understand, like, when I'm sitting here doing these sports and I'm trying to worry about all these different sports, it's not beneficial for me DFS-wise. It's just, I've realized that it's just not beneficial for me when I'm focusing on multiple sports at once. So what I'm going to do is I'm done doing NBA lineup subscriptions. Anybody who has a lineup subscription with me that has NBA involved, you will just get those extra days on MLB, okay? MLB is where it's at right now. That's where the money's at. Like I said, I've won over $500 in the matter of 2 days during that break where we had no NBA. And I'm sure that is what my problem is. I'm focusing too much on NBA, trying to make sure I get tons of variation lineups done for you guys. I mean, think about this, guys. I make about 20 every day since the beginning of NBA season. I've been making about 20 very different variation NBA lineups daily, including answering questions on Twitter and doing all this stuff. Like, I'm constantly working, constantly doing this, constantly doing that, and it has jeopardized my scoring. But at the end of the day, I want the best for my subscribers, and I'm trying to get y'all some money. So knowing that I can get y'all a shit ton more money just focusing on MLB, that's exactly what I'm going to do. All right? So hopefully everybody did great yesterday. Hopefully everybody did great. Hopefully you didn't play Lackey. I ended up playing Lackey in a few lineups, and it busted me. All right? Like the video down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As you see, I've already put my high five for NBA on here right here. I got to go Isaiah Thomas, man. He looked like in that last game, man, it was sad to see, man, with his sister dying. That's sad, dude. She was only 22 years old. I can't imagine losing a sister, period. Regardless, I'm super close to all of my family members. If anything ever happened to a sister like that, it would kill me. And for him to be there and actually be able to play and put up 50 fantasy points, it just shows that he really is playing for her now. You know what I'm saying? Instead of allowing it to take him out, he's using it as fuel to his fire. You know what I'm saying? So Isaiah Thomas has got to be locked in here against Chicago, who has struggled against point guards all year. Isaiah Thomas is only 8,300. He's got the 50-point upside. Lock him in at home in Boston in this playoff game at 8,300 in the high five. Now at power forward, Bobby Portis really showed up here. It looks like Mirotic is going to get less of playing time in this playoff rotation. They like Portis down low to bang for those rebounds more than Mirotic. And that's exactly what he did. He looked fantastic in the first game. Scored, I believe, 40 fantasy points. Let's look at what he did. He scored 40 fantasy points. He played 29 minutes. He was one rebound away from a double-double. Would have ended with about 44 fantasy points. I absolutely love Bobby Portis here. He looks like he is in this playoff rotation, and they will be using him heavy against this Boston team. And at only 4,600, he is a steal, and he has got to be in the high five. Now, we all know our boy Rudy Gobert, one of my favorite center in the league. The dude is a monster. He is injured, and he will not play. So that means Derek Favors will be starting at the center position. Derek Favors is a beast, okay, when he gets heavy run, all right? With Derek Favors starting down low, I understand he's going to be going against DeAndre Jordan. That's a tough matchup for him. But he's getting the start. They really have no other options down low. They're going to need heavy of Derek Favors down low. I absolutely love Derek Favors for a double-double here. At 5,300, he is locked in to my center position here. Chris Paul went absolutely nuts in the first game, man. 50-plus is what you can automatically assume he's going to get here in a playoff-type atmosphere in Los Angeles. At 9,200, Chris Paul is a lock for 50-plus fantasy points, and he has got to be in the high five. Last but not least, Jimmy Buckets Butler. 10,000. It is a high price tag, but out of everybody on the slate, he has the potential to get the most fantasy points out of everybody. Jimmy could go berserk here. Boston has struggled against small forwards. Jimmy should have a great game here, and I have got to play him at 10,000. It still leaves me, after this high five, guys, it leaves me with 4,200 a position, which is great. That is fine. There's some little value you guys can find. So good luck with that. That is the high five, guys. Lock them in, work some guys around it, and you will be good to go. Isaiah Thomas, Bobby Portis, Derek Favors, Chris Paul, and Jimmy McBuckets. Run him up, and you guys will be good to go in this playoff 3-game slate, all right? Now, let's go straight into baseball and talk this money. All right, guys, welcome to the baseball portion of the video. Let's get straight to the heat. If you guys want the lineup subscriptions, like I mentioned earlier in the video, man, I'm cutting off NBA. I'm focusing solely on my MLB folks. We are going to really stack this money up. When the playoffs were coming up and the only sport we had was MLB, I earned over $500 playing Draftkings within those couple days. All right, so trust me, we're about to really start taking this shit over. I'm done worrying about NBA. I will still always do the high five, but I'm ready to get this money in MLB. I'm putting all of my focus in MLB, and we are about to get it going. Now, at the pitcher position, guys, I'm going to start off with my boy Michael Fulmer. Michael Fulmer. Going against Tampa Bay, who is a team he has dominated throughout his career. He destroys these guys. He has 12 strikeouts and 32 at-bats versus them. He's only allowed 5 hits. That's it. Only allowed 5 hits in his career against Tampa Bay. All right, run this dude with confidence. They're only batting a .156 average versus him, which is garbage. Tampa Bay has no chance against Fulmer. He has dominated them throughout his whole entire career, guys. It's a perfect situation. On top of that, Tampa Bay just isn't having a great year hitting wise. So I absolutely love Fulmer. Lock him in. He's 8,900 and he is the most expensive guy. My other pitcher option is a big money saver and allows you to stack big on some hitters. All right. So here we go to the next pitcher option. I love this dude, and I think it's absolutely ridiculous he's only 6,500. Luis Severino. Now, I have put him in the high five multiple times. All right, the first time I put him in, well, I didn't put him in the first time. I put him in the time he went for 33. All right, the last game he pitched, I had him in the high five. He went for 33, guys. I mentioned in the video, this guy is a good pitcher. I know he had a bad day, but this guy is a good pitcher, and he will bounce back. Good pitchers do what good pitchers do. He is at home in New York going against a White Sox team that is who you want to target against lately. All right, you want to play pitchers against the White Sox. They are not hitting well right now. All right, on top of that, New York is heavily favored to win this game. Chicago has a 23.4 K rate K rate versus right-handed pitchers, guys. All right, and they have a .266 WOBA and a .129 ISO. He is a great option here for way too cheap, guys. If you play Severino, he will get you some good, solid production here. I expect 20 plus out of him here. And at only 6,500, Fulmer is going to get you 20 plus. Severino is going to get you 20 plus. And with the type of cap salary money that it allows you to have, you're going to be able to put some real solid batters down low. Now, real quick, before I hit the batters, guys, some teams you really want to stack, guys. Stack Cleveland once again. Yesterday was a good Cleveland stack, but they ended up not really performing like I had hoped. Okay, Cleveland was a good stack. Atlanta was a good stack yesterday. I don't consider them today. But definitely my favorite stack of the day is the Baltimore Orioles. All right, shout out to my boy Von Harris. That's his team. Shout out to Von Harris. But the Baltimore Orioles are my team to stack today. They will absolutely demolish the pitcher they are facing, guys. It's going to be ugly. The guy they're facing, he doesn't even belong in the major leagues. All right, he just doesn't. He does not belong in the major leagues. They will take full advantage of him. So stack them up. And speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and put one in the lineup right now. Chris Davis has got to be in the high five. This dude is an amazing batter, and he's going against a horrible pitcher who does not even belong in the majors. I definitely expect a home run here in this game. Absolutely expect a home run out of Chris Davis here. Absolutely love him. I love him and Machado. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, but I love him and Manny. Absolutely love both those guys. I love Trumbo as well. There's a lot of good Baltimore options to stack here against this pitcher, man. Arroyo does not belong in the major leagues. He is going to get demolished here, guys. So stack, stack, stack. Chris Davis has got to be the first building block of my high five. Next up, I'm going to go a catcher. I normally don't, but I'm going to go a catcher because this guy has absolutely annihilated the pitcher he's going against. Brian McCann. I have to go Brian McCann, man, because the way he has gone up against Nolasco, it has been ridiculous. He has absolutely murdered him. He has gone 23 for 68 with 8 home runs and a huge 26 RBIs against Nolasco. He's only 3,300. This is my bargain bin play of the day when it comes to baseball. McCann's going to have a huge game, and I can't think of anybody else to get in the high five over him. I absolutely love McCann. Lock him into your lineups at 3,300. He has got to be in the high five. Last but not least, man. Last but not least. I told you guys. All right, I always tell you guys. This guy is too good of a hitter, all right? This guy is a monster, okay? And he can hit 2 home runs in a game out of nowhere at any moment. And I play him often just because I love the dude. Giancarlo Stanton. He is 5 of 16 with a home run. And he's going against a pitcher that's got a 6.30 ERA so far this year. He's going to give up a lot of runs. Stanton is their major hitter on that Miami offense. I absolutely love Stanton here, man. He's going against, I believe the dude's name is Gallardo. He's going against Gallardo, who has a crazy 6.30 ERA, which is the earned run average, which means he gives up about 6 runs on average per game that he plays, which means Miami's going to score a lot of runs here. All right, so you want to get involved on the Miami side of the ball, the batting side of the ball for Miami. Okay, I love Stanton. I like D. Gordon. I like Ozuna. I like all those guys because those guys are going to have great games here. I absolutely love Stanton. He is another key part of this stack for Miami here. You got to do Stanton. And there you go, guys. I think this is an amazing high five here, considering that you still have $4,400 left per position, which is pretty much amazing. All right, you're going to have a very balanced squad here, and you're going to win a good amount of money here, guys. So definitely take advantage of this high five. We got Fuller, Severino, McCann, Davis, Stanton, and that's it. Shout out to the high five, man. It's a monster. Now, we're going to go straight to the fucking players that have great matchups. The list of players that I'm about to name off, guys, get a pen and a paper out. The list of the names I'm about to read off are amazing versus the pitchers they are facing today. So definitely plug them into your lineups, guys. We're going to call this the batter's box. Are you ready? Chris Owings, Curtis Granderson, Jose Reyes, Justin Turner, Jock Peterson, Francisco Lindor, Matt Carpenter, Yadier Molina, Ian Kinsler, Miguel Cabrera, Christian Yelich, AJ Ellis, Jacoby Ellsbury, Brett Gardner, Daniel Murphy, Jose Abreu, Ryan Braun, Miguel Sano, Eddie Rosario, Joe Mauer, and Ben Zobrist. Obviously, and Chris Davis, Stanton, and McCann, guys. All right? So good luck, everybody. Hit me up for those lineup subscriptions, man. We're getting this fire. I'm done paying attention to anything else but MLB. MLB solely. I'm getting this money back to those $500 profit days like I did earlier in the beginning of the season when we didn't have any NBA. I'm going back to that. Fuck the little tiny NBA slates. Run that high five for NBA, though. That'll be a high five right there. So shout out to everybody who's watching the video. I appreciate it, man. I got a message from a company yesterday, an email directly to my email from a company yesterday that literally told me that, and I hadn't even realized this, that our channel, and I say our because DFS Squad is all of us. It's not just me doing these videos. I just happen to be the spokesperson for the squad. All right? That the channel is the most viewed daily channel for DFS sports other than Roto Grinders. Other than Roto Grinders, we're on top. Roto Grinders is an actual company. We're just regular people. We're just regular people. So there's nobody touching us in this DFS shit, dude. Honestly, we're the highest viewed DFS YouTube channel other than Roto Grinders. And it's a blessing. It's an honor. It's awesome. I love it. And I love every single one of you guys. Everybody who comes and hits that like button, I love you. Everybody who comes and hits that dislike, I love you too, because you're still giving me that view. I appreciate it. It's all good. Everybody, hit me up on Twitter at Cam_ATL if you have any questions or anything. Comment down below any questions and concerns. Let's get this money, man. Let's go on a win streak. Let's get it. I'm out.